It's good mornings. Starting slightly early because I have a haircut this afternoon and I didn't want to have to cut my stream too short. So we're starting slightly early, which means that no one's here because no one's expecting me to start early. But I'm here anyway. So, good morning, lovely peoples. Today we are streaming Wytchwood. Which is developed by Alien Trap Games, published by Wytchwood Digital. You have the adorable little house logo. They also published Calico Cat Cafe, Blake, all games, and Teacup, yes. Plus some other stuff like We Should Talk, Where the Bees Make Honey, Evans Remains, Beasts of Marvel Island. They have done quite a lot of lovely games. So this was released on the 9th of December, which wasn't that long ago. That was Thursday. It is currently available for £16.74, which is, I believe, $19.99. Yep, in dollars. It's a crafting adventure game set in the expressive land of gothic fables and fairy tales. As a mysterious old witch of the woods, you will explore a strange countryside, collect magical ingredients, brew sorcerous enchantments, and pass your twisted judgment upon a capricious cast of characters and creatures. After all, how will they ever learn if you don't teach them the moral of the story? They get bonus points just for using capricious, because I love that word, it's a great word. They were nice enough to give me a copy of this game for streaming purposes. So, yeah. It's all good. And because we finished our 12 Days of Christmas, and Random To-Do List doesn't care what order we play games, we've got 3 promo games for the next 3 streams, and then we're taking a break off for Christmas. So, yeah, there are 14 achievements in this. So far it has an average rating of 5 stars. I don't know how many people have rated it, but 50 people have played it, and one person has voted. Oh, well, still, that's good. Usually people go out of their way to vote if it's a bad game, so I'm gonna go with that's a good sign. 10 people have completed it, so 20% completion rate. Don't know about how long. Looks like it could be sort of like 15 hours, so there's probably lots of side questy collecty things, which appeals to me. So, we will press any button. So this is the initial build. I believe there's a patch out on Steam. Hopefully, it's very pretty already. Hopefully there's nothing too broken they don't already know about and that won't affect this first playthrough. So yeah, so I'm gonna do at least an hour and a half. I need to leave at I need to stop at 1:15, and it's currently 20 to 12. So it's going to be about an hour and a half, which should be a good chance for us to get a good idea of what this game is about. So yeah. Okay, there's an achievement called The Cat. So all the achievements start with the, which if you are doing your 12 Days of Christmas, that is a thing. Though this one might be slightly longer than some of the other ones. Oh! If you remember the big con, which was the one I was playing for the achievements, they released a patch which fixed my crash. So, I mean, I'm going to have to play through the game again because I missed a lot of the collectible thingies for that. guy that sells things. But at least I can finish the game now. But I will do that off stream because basically the stream would just be, oh, we get to the end of the game. But yeah, I downloaded the patch and then went, can I walk up to this guy? Hi, Tarragon. And I could, and it didn't crash, so yeah, I did not take it further than that. So yeah, without further ado. Hi, Ray. I'm off stream. I'm on stream. We're playing Wytchwood. Let's see what settings we can set. Camera sway off, please. Off. I do not like swaying anythings. They make me nauseous. There we go. Okay. It's too early. Well, it's 20 to 12 here. I don't know how many hours you're off. If it's like 5, then yeah, it's very early. Why are you up this early, Ray? I mean, with Tarragon, it's already tomorrow, I swear. Or very late today. Oh, it's 6:40 there. Wonderful. Yeah. So we've got 3 disparate time zones of people. Yeah, and it's just like 20 to 11 at night for Tarragon. Time zones are weird. I'm doing an escape room. I've got an escape room advent calendar, and one of my friends, Kai, also has it. And I saw him streaming the day yesterday, and I was like, oh, I'll watch and maybe we can solve this thing together. And then of course no, because he's on tomorrow already. So I'm like, oh well, I know how to solve tomorrow's then, which is now oh, hang on, that's the postman. 1 second. I knew my printer cartridges would get delivered today, and I was like, as soon as I sit down to stream, the postman's going to come, person's going to come, and they did. So yeah, so that was the thing. Cool. Yeah. All right. Once upon a time, there lived an odd little witch in an odd little house. She spent most of her days tending to her odd little garden. Wow, that sound effect is quite loud. Hang on, let me just turn. I had it turned up for Operation Tango because they were talking. It doesn't need to be that loud. Why? Yeah, off stream I process. Yeah. Well, my printer cartridges were delivered in 2018, and I went to print out a posting label the other day, and it didn't print. So I'm like, yes, I haven't run out of ink, but I think the ink ran out of me. So I'm hoping this fixes my printer. So yeah, always fun. I was expecting another parcel via DHL, but even though it was out for delivery yesterday, they're now saying it's going to be delivered on Monday. It's fine, as long as it's delivered before I'm off for Christmas. So yes, she spent most of her days tending to her odd little garden and resting in her odd little chair. Printers, yeah, they are a scam, but they are useful for the one time every year I need it. And I already have the printer, and the ink is free, so, you know. I paid for the printer, and then they send me ink, and I can print so many pages, and considering I print so few pages, it's a really good bargain. She spent most of her days tending to her odd little garden and resting in her odd little chair. On this day, however, her sleep is interrupted by an odd little noise. Who's there? Okay. Why am I wearing a cauldron on my head? You devil! How dare you wake a young lady from her beauty sleep? Shh, get out of my house, you mindless beast. You're making a mess. With a swift kick in the rump, boot the goats through the front door. It is indeed extremely pretty. It is Alien Trap Games, the developers, and Whitethorn Digital is the publisher. And it is gorgeous. I've also been playing Wild at Heart, which is equally gorgeous. There's some really gorgeous digital art. I mean, I do enjoy doing all these different types of indie games because, you know, the art is just... When did this place get so cluttered? I could have sworn I swept the hearth just yesterday. First things first, my old grimoire must be here around here somewhere. New chapter. First things first. Find my grimoire. Aha. Aha! Here it is. It's lighter than I recall. The grimoire contains all of your craftable recipes. You can open it at any time by pressing Y. I have a mending poultice, a speckled herb paste that heals aches and pains, heals depleted hearts. I need clover and a mushroom. I have a twig. I have 2 twigs. I have 2 twigs. Oh, and I have a map. Oh, look at this map. That's lovely. Main objective. Ah, it's a questy game. Questy crafting game. Find my braided belt in the chest. Fair enough. I shall see you in a bit if you want to come back. Sorry. I have a parcel update. Ooh! Ooh, it's in London. Awesome. So I potentially have 2 more parcels that are going to get delivered before Christmas. Awesome. That is good. No worries, no worries. I'll be here for another hour and a half. All my recipes are missing. That damnable creature has chewed up all the pages of my book. Where's my belt? I'll need it to carry my things if I'm going to go confront the beast. Must have left it in that trunk over there. Braided belt, imp eye nut, reedy twine, and a seeker vine. Oh, my poor back. How long was I napping for? A good dose of medicine also ought to soothe those aching bones before I head outside. At least I still have the recipe for my mending poultice. Yes, which requires clover and mushrooms. Why are they growing in your house? Use the mending poultice to heal. To the outside! You step outside into a humid marsh and immediately stub your toe on a twisted root. Ouch! Close your eyes for a wink and the next thing you know, the whole yard's gone to the weeds. I think she was asleep longer than a day. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear braying through the dense bramble. Where'd that cross-eyed Billy get to? He could at least put those gnashes to good use on this lawn. Okay. responded the goat. Well, yes. Shears. We don't have any shears. Still going to try and collect them, apparently, even though I don't have any shears. Look at it, it's so cute. It's got some asymmetric. Hello, goats. Oh. Is that all you've got to say for yourself? The goat coughs up disgusting hairball. Ah, yes, hello? Hello, can you hear me now? Apologies, it's been so long since I've used a mortal vessel. Yuck, there's dirt in its mouth. You can talk. Of course I can talk, as your mind becomes so filled with cobwebs that you've forgotten your old friend. You wound me, madam. It's good to see you up and about. I was beginning to wonder if you'd ever awaken. I suppose time flows strangely in this place. Anyway, I've come to collect. Do you have the amount we agreed upon? Amount? Amount of what? Oh dear. If you really don't remember, we should go over the contract details again. Down there. The goat nods its head towards the ancient stone gateway leaning nearby. And just how am I supposed to get through that solid rock? You're the one who sealed it last. Take a closer look, and I'm sure it will come back to you. Open your witch's eye with X to inspect objects and creatures and discover their weaknesses. Weaknesses, unveiling power. Don't underestimate your senses, my dear. You may be old, but you can see things others cannot. Hidden weaknesses lying below the surface. How are you doing today, Tarragon, if you're still there? You don't have to answer, I'm just curious. How was Saturday? How is the future? Ah, I can see it now. There are shallow runes etched onto the surface of the stone. But they're too faint for me to read. The powder of unveiling ought to do the trick. If you hadn't made a snack out of my book, I wouldn't have had to retranscribe my recipes. I should not be held liable for any losses or inconveniences occurred as the result of abyssal possession. By inspecting objects and creatures, you can learn new recipes to craft in your grimoires. Weaknesses, shears. Find tangled runes. Unveiling power. Cool. I like this. Witchy crafting. Very cute. You smear a handful of the glowing powder onto the runes at the doorway. A cool blue light emanates from the glyphs and envelops the entrance in its aura. You squint, attempting to discern the meaning of the letters. They appear to be in some obscure runic alphabet. What gibberish is this? It looks like it was carved by a frightened hen. It must be written in the umbral tongue. Allow me to translate. The goat steps up to the doorway and pauses. Well, what does it say? The goat swings its shaggy head towards you. Dark, matted wool obscures the creature's beady eyes. I cannot see. Unbelievable. What help are you then? I come here to help. I came here to collect. Now do something about this mop of hair, would you? Fine, fine. I think I have some rusty old chairs down in the garden. shears in my garden. Huh. I will use my garden shears on the goat after I have used my garden shears. These weed bundle things. I can't do anything with that yet. Well, much protesting and a nicked ear, you shear away clumps of dirty hair from the goat's eyes. Ah, much better. Oh my. Was this grotesque, or is my memory failing me as well? Watch your tongue, I'll give it a good snip too. Now, can you read the runes or not? Yes, ahem. Space beneath, she sleeps alone, tokens given up to the unknown. Fires of fall shall unroot the stone, braziers burn and await the crone. Crone? Who's it calling a crone, and what are these tokens I'm to burn? Perhaps you ought to take a closer look at those braziers. Braziers. Frog slime, silver stone, dog hair, blue feather. Dog hair, bird feather, frog slime, and a shiny stone. I don't suppose you swallowed up any of those things while I was asleep. I don't think so, but feel free to sift through this creature's leavings if you want to be completely sure. Ew. However, there's a whole world outside this little swamp. You know, see that gateway over there, the one with the lovely green flame? The goat motions to the far side of your yard. I guess a brisk walk in the woods would do these creaky joints some good. Too much time indoors is bad for the humours. Snipping and tearing, your shears make short work of the bramble. I now have shears. Sniz. Right, stick. Fine. Okay. What's the darkness? Cut your way through the remaining vines and suddenly step on a cold stone dais. Time seems to flow backwards, or maybe it speeds forwards. An oppressive, star-filled void stretches as far as you can see. Though there is no wind or sound in this void, a warm fall breeze and the chirping of birds seizes your attention. A doorway. Forest, swamp, the mountain, village, the docks, graveyard, to the fields. Let's go to the forest first, and that's the one. Right. I need to create a snare trap for the bird. Which I probably can create with the various twiggy things that I've got. Oh, it's so cute. It's kind of a little bit like paper crafting. The graphics. The woman spins on around on her heels so quickly she nearly hits you with a spyglass. Ha! You startled me! Can't you see I'm busy with my scientific research? Research? What is it you're looking for with that contraption? Why, the famed indigo-tufted forest lark. I said to be native to this forest, and this forest only. Have you seen one perchance? There's one in your head. I glance upward at the small blue bird perched atop the oblivious woman's hat. I haven't, sorry. Shame. Well, it's never too late to open one's eyes to the wonders of the natural world. You never know what you'll discover. She points at a nearby woodland creature stuffing its cheeks with seed. Take that squirrel, for example. Spend a few months watching its behaviour and you'll learn everything you need to know about it. Observation is key. Now, if you don't mind, I wouldn't want to miss making this exciting new discovery. The bluebird glances vacantly at you before pooping on the brim of the woman's hat. Ah, Hearthseed, I can go home. Snare trap requires reagents. Wickerwork. Evening, ma'am. Come to check on the pottery. I'm afraid I just fired the kilns up, so there'll be a while still. Pottery? Ma, I'm just admiring that fine canine over there. You point at the scraggly-looking mutt patrolling the yard. May I give her a petting? Oh, you can try, but I wouldn't if you value your fingers. She's a touch bitey today, and doesn't much like people going near the ovens. I have a way with animals. Surely I can find something to calm her down. Hi, Alkesh. I'm going to steal some clay and some money. Ow. Seriously a touch bitey. Wasn't kidding with the bitey. Jeez, I don't know about this. You tap the man's shoulder and he nearly tumbles headfirst into the well. What's the matter with you? I could have fallen in. Then perhaps you shouldn't be leaning over the edge like some wobbly stalk. What's so interesting down this well anyway? Well, my grandpapa used to tell me that people drop all sorts of treasure down there, just waiting for someone to dig it up. Got myself a trowel and I thought I'd give it a go. But the rope's out, and it looks awful dark and damp. I get goosebumps just thinking about all the ghoulies that might be lurking down there in the shadows. Ever consider that the ghoulies might get goosebumps thinking about you lurking up here in the sunlight? No, not really. Not sure if that makes me feel any better about them, actually. Maybe the business of treasure hunting isn't for me after all. Here, why don't you take my trowel? I don't think I'll be needing it. You can go down into the well and see if those ghoulies yourself. He offers you a small trowel. Looks like it's never been used. This old well is deep and dark. You might be able to climb down into it, but the rope has long since rotted away. You toss a length of strong homemade rope down into darkness. It seems like it should support you without much fuss. I'm going into the well. I'm getting sidetracked. shiny stone. I definitely needed to get down here. It was not being sidetracked. I also found a frog. Catcher's nets. I need something or other. Meat as well. It did not give me catching net instructions, so maybe I don't need to catch them. Locked. Okay. Do we want to get more water? That's probably a good idea. The shiny stone. The shiny stone. Darkened nip. The shiny stone. If it does not want to emerge, we will not force it, but there's a thing down here that we can potentially unlock at some point. And a couple of frogs. To break that apart. Oh yeah, I got meaty morsel. That is terrifying. Some rodent blood. That is kind of disgusting. But I needed it for a thing, so, you know. Beggars can't be choosers. Did we get the instructions of crafting that thing yet? No. We can't catch the fairies. Or the frog. It's a soot sprite! Hey, you there. Give me a hand, would you? With what? You seem to have everything under control. Hi, Leaky! Thank you for the resub. Blimey, 18 months. Well, congratulations, you got a new badge. I am crafting. It's very much fun. With what? You seem to have everything under control. Those stumps aren't going anywhere. The darn useless son was supposed to help me, but he's wandered off again. Probably to go bother frogs and eat bugs or some such nonsense. Anyway, I need help clearing away some of these dead logs. It's late in the season and the wood has started to rot. Just be careful of the purple mushrooms that sometimes grow inside. They'll make you powerful sleepy if you breathe in the spores. As much as I do love poisonous fungi, I'm not much of a lumberjack. Nonsense, anyone can experience the joys of splitting a fine stump. Here, my boy won't be missing his hatchet. Woo! The woodsman spins a sharp-looking hatchet in his hands and thrusts the handle at you. Take it. Thank you. Excellent. This appeals to me, this game. It's like, collect the things respawn. I can collect more things. I have completely lost where I set my original trap. Oh, hello. I'm guessing this is the boy. Changeling. Ragamuffin. Hey lady, what's with that great stinking pot on your head? I would ask the same about all those stinking frogs in your trousers. Aw, you're just jealous. The boy fumbles between trying to wrangle all his frogs and swiping ineffectually at wayward fireflies with a shoddy-looking bug net. Juggling a little more than you can handle, eh? What exactly are you hoping to accomplish, flailing about like that? Are you daft? Me frogs are hungry, so I gotta catch some of these fireflies to feed them. He takes another wild swing, missing his target entirely. Why don't you let me take a few of those frogs off your hands for a moment? That would let you swing that net properly. Oh, I see how it is. You're after me precious prizes. Well, how about I give you the net, and you catch me some fireflies? Then maybe I'll think about trading you one of my froggies. The boy waggles the net in your face. Oh, that would be why I didn't have a crafting thing for it. Sorry, I've also got an itchy ear. Need a witch's grasp as well as someone's bracelet to catch the changeling. Well, these oppers ain't going to stick around with empty bellies. The faster you catch those fireflies, the faster we can eat. The frogs can eat. Why is the witch wearing a triple-ended teapot? Why not, Leaky? Did you not know this is the fashion? Firefly. The boy shakes the jar, rattling the captured insects like pennies in a piggy bank. These are nice and juicy. The lads are going to feast tonight. Now, about our deal. You agreed to trade me one of your pets there. Ha! What deal? I don't remember making no A frog squirms out of the boy's overalls and plops down by his feet with a wet slap. Dang it, there goes Slippery Pete. I thought it was a cauldron on her head, but you know. Why'd she have 4 eyes? He takes a clumsy swipe at the amphibian, but the creature squeezes out of his grasp and bounds into the underbrush. Ah, shucks, I never liked him anyway. If you can catch him, he's all yours. I got frogs fine. Go back down the well. Oh look, my trap worked. I have a feather and some meat. Let's not delve too far into what that means. Come on, I did at least go down the right thing. I don't particularly want to catch any more animals. I catched the ones I needed for the ingredients. I don't mind picking herbs, but yeah, setting traps and then getting meat. I mean, I understand, and I will do the bare minimum to get the ingredients, but yeah, I think we'll leave the birdies. Got a soot sprite! It's like, I can go after that one, because I captured it rather than... Yeah, I think I'm supposed to also, you know, like, craft shit. And not just go around picking up stuff. I'm having fun picking up stuff. And that's not hurting anyone. Plus I got soot sprites and campfire embers. And everything seems to respawn, so there's no wasting. I can get another jar if I need it. The moment my... Okay, so can I... Ah, I can move stuff. Okay. I kind of maybe want to use the poultice. The dog took a great big whopping bite out of me earlier. Frog slime, blue feather, shiny stone, and dog hair. That's all I need for those braziers. I should head back home now. That's a good pub. That's all I'll get for now. Okay. Move that inventory around. Okay, well, while I'm here. Let's see what I can do with sprites. But yes, I did find your dog a treat. Fed him squirrel. I'm not sure I feel particularly good about... Oh yeah, I can go catch the thing. There was down the well, and there was also... There's fairies somewhere. The fairies. The There was another band where I got petals. I'm sure it was. Maybe it was slightly more south of that. Okay. There's more to do. Right, I'm thinking if I switch the net and the axe. There we go, that makes more sense. Right, just want to go find that other fairy bit. That's what I was going to look. I was going to actually have a look at what ingredients I have now. Twig, vine. Nut, taurine, belt, herb, mushroom, clay, coin, jar water, some shiny stone, meaty morsel, rodent lard, flower petal, campfire ember, leafy cap, frog slime, fairy dust, blue feather, soot sprites, and some dog hair. But yeah, I want to go where I collected the flower petals from. I suppose I could just look at the map. It might have been down here. Yes. I've also got fireflies for myself. Yeah, I guess so. When it tells me I need a thing that I can't then get, I don't then get a recipe for, it is a thing that someone is going to give me. I also have fireflies. Lots of ingredients. Just need to go back. I'm not going to get more. I mean, I could get more meat. If I have to get more meat for ingredients, I'll get more meat, but I don't want to at the moment. Okay, I've got a decent amount of ingredients there. There we go. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of other places, but I picked the one I needed to. I wonder if all of them would have been. I don't know. There's going to be more quests. This is going to be very cool. The brazier awaits an offering. Shiny stone. You drop the stone into the basin with a resounding chiming sound. Fractures trace across the pebble before it cracks open and a cold green light swallows it within its flames. The brazier awaits an offering. Frog slime. Gently squeeze the globs of wet slime from your satchel into the basin. The mucus bubbles and pops before cold flames reduce it to a fine odorless ash. In the brazier awaits an offering. Dog hair, that's going to smell. Dog hair takes a moment to fall from your fingers, fluttering down into the basin one by one. The fur bristles into foul-smelling coils before erupting into a cold green flame. In the brazier awaits an offering. Blue feather. A strong force pulls the feather down into the large basin like a magnet. Bursts into a bright flash of flame, light as cold flames engulf its essence. The emerald frames of the brazier flames at the braziers play strange shadows across the stone doorway. You watch as fingers of shadow crawl up the rock face and crack open the solid granite like stale bread. The stone crumbles away into darkness, revealing a yawning stairway, descending down to the cold earth. After you, madam. Here's the shrine. Bleep bloop. First things first. Remember your contract with the goat. Oh, sleeping maiden. Encased in a gilded crystal coffin lines the body of a young woman. Though she sleeps in an enchanted slumber, her ageless features express a deep sadness. And the sound of cloven hooves echo against the marble floor as the goat comes to your side. Quite something, isn't she? Do you remember bringing her to me? I brought her to you? Why? Who is she? I haven't the faintest idea. All I know is you brought her lifeless form to my doorstep and begged me to save her soul. Save her from what? And why is she asleep? Why, from the 12 wicked souls whom you said wronged her in life. Villains who deceived her and cheated her and broke her spirit. And as we agreed, here she will sleep until our contract is fulfilled, until you bring me those 12 wicked souls. What? I remember no such contract. Our pact is binding, regardless of what you do or do not remember. With the goat's words, you feel something hard and dark locked away in the depths of your heart. It speaks the truth. Just why should I do your bidding? Seems like a lot of bothersome trouble to me. What do I care about some sleeping beauty? Bring me the 12 souls, and I will release the sleeping maiden from her slumber. Our agreement will be fulfilled. Who knows, in time you may even remember why you brought her to me in the first place. Maybe she's our daughter. Or you can simply return to the comfort of your little hovel, where you will waste away until the weeds grow so thick that not even your shears will be able to cut you free. And your mind will stay as empty as that grimoire of yours. But it's a big decision to make so hastily. Why didn't you sleep on it? A heavy weight fills your marrow. Your eyelids flutter, barely able to stay open. What have you done to me? I can't stay awake. Great, now I'm going to sleep on the cold hard floor. That's going to hurt my back. Oh no. How long did I sleep this time? Good morning. I trust you've made up your mind. Will you collect the souls I've asked for, or would you prefer to stay stuck in this festering swamp? All right. No need to get your horns in a twist. I'll do as you ask. You haven't given me much choice. Splendid. As it happens, I can already sense the first 4 souls we seek. 2 are in the forest, another in the swamp to the north, and the last in the fields to the south. Could you be more specific? Near a shapely stump, perhaps in a tree with a face, by an overgrown mushroom grove? What do I look like? A compass? Go out there and look for yourself. New chapter. Sleeping maiden. We will collect ingredients because it's useful. What am I doing? I've not... Yeah, I know, I'm collecting mushrooms so that I've got healing potions if I need them. Calm your cloven hooves. I may as well go here first. You know the forest? Ooh, okay. So somewhere over here. Ow! It's a freaking dryad. Guard dog. I need another soporific. Do I have enough? Okay, dryad. I need a cinderbox. Okay. Got that then. And we do have some water, so that's okay. Fairy totem. Weaknesses unknown. Oh, and that is one of the changeling things. Ooh, bait stick. Cool. Goblin. Okay, where was the dryad? Oh, crap. That was not good. I died. Oof, my head. What happened there? Should be more careful. All of your hearts are depleted. You will walk back home for safety. However, some of your ingredient items have been dropped. You can return to pick them up. You find yourself low on hearts before it's cracked and use them in poultice. Yes, well... Dreadful doll. I do not have the ingredients. Oh, I do need rodent lard and fireflies. Okay. Fine, I may need to, Okay. Alright, we're going to go back. Not quite sure what the ignite thing did, but it didn't really work. We may need to go into the field, but I want to see if I can pick up my stuff first. The doggies must be. I'll go that way. I may need to catch another squirrel, which I'm not massively happy about, but hey. Dryad does not like me. I need fireflies. Yep, goblin that way. Alright, I'm now just a little bit engrossed. Hello, water musk. Hello there, sorry. I think I managed to get most of the debris off the road. Looks like you've made a fine wreck. What on earth happened to your cart? Yes, well, you see, I was sent on a very important mission by order of my captain, the bear. The bear, you say? What sort of mission? Maybe it's my job to make sure the lakeshore camp is well stocked with provisions, but most importantly is the supply of honey for the bear's favourite mead. I was just on my way back from the apiary with a cart full when a deer or something darted out from nowhere. Jostled my poor mule so bad she broke her bridle and ran off. My own heart nearly leapt out my ribcage. Piled the damn cart right into the ditch. She did. Now every barrel is smashed, and I can't bring myself to report back empty-handed. But Bear will have my guts for garters, I'm sure of it. This bear sounds like quite a brute. No, but you don't know half of it. If he doesn't get his honey mead, heads will roll. Maybe if you'd lend me a hand. I can't very well put this broken cart back together. No, nothing like that. But could you take a message to the sergeant at the lakeshore camp? He's a reasonable fellow. Let him know what happened, and maybe he can get me out of this bind. You can get to the lakeshore camp if you follow the road to the northwest of here. I need to stay with the cart and assess the damages. Dear. Open your journal and review quest objectives. Okay. New chapter. The bear. Ah, the bear is one of my souls, so that's great. progress. Does it count if I hydrate with soup? A hefty gourd stands before you, wiping beads of dew off its bumpy forehead. Tilts at the brim of his hat and greets you with what you interpret as a smile. Welcome to my farm, stranger. What brings you out here? How's it going, farmer? Well, it is cozy. Cozy day. We don't yet have our cozy emote, but we have a cozy day. You know, not so bad. Trying my best to win the harvest competitions this year. Well, you look to be making good progress. I'm sure you'll be a shoo-in for the blue ribbon. You would think so, wouldn't you? But every year, without fail, that sour ox takes the prize. No matter how hard I work, I can't seem to outgrow its crops. Careful now, you're beginning to sound like a sore loser. Yeah, not sore loser. I just think it's quite suspicious, don't you? Last year, the ox and his family grew the largest corn cobs I've ever seen. I was only barely able to get second place because of my own little helpers. Emotions to animated turnips and potatoes busy with menial farm work. But this year, his crops are larger than ever before. Even though his family is nowhere to be seen, it doesn't make any sense to me. He is working the fields all by himself. What happened to his family? That's the fishy part. No one knows. They just disappeared one day, and the ox has said nothing. That does sound suspicious. Perhaps I'll go and ask him myself. Yeah. His farm is down to the southwest. You can't miss it. I must get back to work. Veggies won't grow themselves, you know. I've got a new chapter as well. God damn. Alright, well. Changeling. Some clay. Yes, this is a very cool game. I'm enjoying this game. I mean, I think I have objectives and everything, but mostly I'm just having fun seeing what I can collect. Gnome. Weaknesses unknown. Try not to get too close then. There's a changeling. I got a hopper leg. I thought that was just a frog. Okay. I could collect some water if I had a jar. Oh my god, I got eggs. Can get eggs.
Milk if we have an empty jar. We got some moo juice. I think it's a grasshopper. Upon closer inspection, this mountain of hay appears to have been deliberately woven into an intricate wickerwork structure. Carefully pluck a single piece of straw from its centre, and the whole bundle begins to swirl and unravel until a gaping vortex opens before you. Okay. We'll go down the shadowed way. Ah! Interesting. Right. So they all connect. Oh, I can use the hatchet on them. A changeling root. I'm not so sure I like that, but hey. We startled an egg out of the chickens. I mean, I could catch crows. I wouldn't feel so bad about catching a crow. There's some meats. Oh, and I got a crow's foot, so that was the thing that I needed.
Hey, this is private property. What are you doing trespassing on my land?
Why, I just came to admire the glow of your crops, Master Ox. I heard you produce the most bountiful produce in the land.
Ha, well, you heard right. I work day in and day out until my hands are raw and my back is broken, but you won't find a finer farm anywhere else.
You sure to take first prize at the Harvest Festival again? You and your family must be so proud. The ox spits on the tilled soil.
Ha, those lazy louts never understood the pride and joy of devoting oneself to the land.
What good's a family that gripes about hard labour? Would have never won any of those competitions if it wasn't for my sacrifice. Where's your family then? I can't help but notice you're working all by yourself.
If you must know, those damnable bandits out by the South Bridge stormed in the place one night and stole them away.
Bandits? You don't seem concerned about getting them back.
Huh, better off. For all I know, they could have been already ransomed off for fertiliser. But if you're so worried, why don't you go and talk to those bloody brigands yourself? Now get your big nose off my field, or I'll toss you in the compost heap.
Okay. That looks like a skin. Specifically, It looks like the skin from Doctor Who, but... Moisturize me! I need these Julie things to go after the bandits. Snail, eye of newt, and some goblin snot. Gross. And this needs brain, upper leg, and sewing kit, which needs skeeter snot. Ew, gross. Those pumpkins are scary. Snugvine again needs this sewing kit thing. Finished soonish, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't feel quite so happy about the changelings. So there's a lot to do, lots of intertwiny things. And lots of enemies. There's an apiary. Yes, I need to figure out. I'm hoping it just sort of saves. Sorry, we're closed for the season. You have to come back later. Meh. Oh, okay. Can't do anything in here. I think it saves. There's a little symbol behind my head. Back to the forest. The forest was... Dum-de-dum-dum. I should probably look at the maps. Yeah, the bear's over there, which was originally what we were tracking. Snakes up here, which we've not been. We got a little bit distracted by a dryad. Okay, and swamps up there. Okay, so we should go to the bear. So let's track that. I mean, we need all of the things we've done, so it's not. Ow, my knee! It's not like we're doing stuff that we don't need to do. We've got lots of ingredients. Yeah, so we have got stuff to make one of those, but haven't quite figured out how to use it yet. And that we need some stuff that we can get from the swamp, which we've not been yet. So. Oh god, yeah, I can apparently. Yeah, get that with an axe. I'm not massively happy about that. It's fine. I'll go for my haircut soon. I figure we'll go and at least meet the bear. Hey, where'd you think you'd go in? Yeah, no one but us soldiers are allowed inside the Lakeshore camp. Get out of my way. I have urgent news of your quartermaster. I need to speak with your sergeant. Urgent? Only thing that's urgent is the line for the latrine. The captain hasn't had his drink. That's right, Captain Byre is in a right foul mood. You can't come in unless you want a good thrashing. The guard almost has to shout over the clattering din coming from inside the camp. Yeah, Dim, it's dangerous in there. Wouldn't have the heart to let a frail old granny like you near that beast. One guard turns to the other with a conspiratorial shrug. Yeah, but who are we to say what's good for a elf? Oh, yeah, you're right. We might be convinced to, look the other way if we was fairly compensated. Or fairly compensated, of course, we'd be sticking our necks out after all. They won. Okay, fine, we'll give them some coin. Carefully press 3 heavy gold coins into the palm of the waiting guard. There. I expect you two can divide them evenly amongst yourselves. Right, 1 for you and 2 for me. What? You mean 2 for me and 1 for you? I'm the one that does the real gardening around here. You still owe me for that game of dice you lost. You cheated me! Give me them coins! The 2 guards fall into fisticuffs and roll into the bushes, leaving the gate to the camp wide open. I can get some blood. Nice ingredient. As you cautiously approach, the bear drains the last of his enormous tankard and smashes it against the head of a nearby soldier, knocking the hapless man to the ground. And then I warped him just like that. So next time I catch any of you cowards turning tail, I'll skew you like a fish and leave your guts for the gulls. Suddenly noticing that his drink has gone dry, the bear bellows to the skies. More mead, you yellow-bellied worms! More drink! Bring me my delicious honey mead! Soldiers taking cover nearby exchange nervous glances at each other, none wanting to confront the bear. There is no more honey mead. The bear wipes a strand of drool from his sagging lips. Bleary eyes slowly focus on you. A mocking smirk splits his face as he waves at you with his great spiked mace. Say now, that's a funny-looking helmet, soldier. I ever tell you the time I crushed the bucket-headed barbarians of the Western Mountains? We decide that now is a good time to leave the bear to his ramblings rather than make yourself an unfortunate prop in his war stories. The bear kicks an empty tankard at you as you retreat back into the camp. That's right, go get me more mead, you good-for-nothing sluggard. The frenetic-looking officer shouts hurried orders at whoever will listen, but most of the camp soldiers are busy carrying or knocked out cold. Man the gates! You over there! Secure the perimeter! We just need to hold out a little longer. Sir, we're running out of men. Where's that damn shipment of honey? You step over an unconscious footman to address the man in charge. I might be able to answer that question. Who let this old bat in the camp? I found your quartermaster. He's having a bit of cart trouble on the road. I'm afraid your shipment isn't going to get here anytime soon. What? Oh, curse my rusty breeches. Without that honey and other supplies, we can't make the honey mead. The bear's going to flatten the whole camp when he finds out. Camp looks half flattened already. What's all this ruckus about? Well, the bear is the greatest warrior there ever was, which is grand and all when we're fighting the enemy. But once we set up camp, he likes us to use us poor sods as playthings to reenact his conquests. And the only thing the bear loves as much as fighting is drinking. Guzzles up so much honey mead we have to brew it right here in the camp just to keep up. He points to a squat-looking device tucked near some tents. A portable brewery. Without that shipment of ingredients, I don't see how we can ever calm the bear down. He'll smash us all into paste before the sun sets. Let me take a look at this brewery of yours. If the bear is so in love with his brawling and boozing, then perhaps it's about time he received a dose of his own medicine. We inspect the brass contraption. A tank here, a hopper there. The bitter smell of alcohol is infused into the well-worn metal. Despite the needlessly complicated dials and tubing, at the end of the day, the brewery is really just a fancy cauldron. Seems simple enough. I should be able to concoct just the potion for your troubles. The rattled sergeant shrugs his shoulders at you. Sure, if you think it'll help, but you'll need to fuel the darn thing first. Our supplies are a mess, so you'll have to figure it out on your own. You open up the brewery to inspect its complicated innards. We need some water. And a cinder box. You snap kindling into pieces and scatter it into the bottom component of the brewery. Should be fuel enough for the job. Okay, we need water, so we need to make some jars. So I need some water. There's a well somewhere. Okay. I think with all the water there, I could just collect it, but apparently not. No. Go get some water. And then we will call it. So we will set the brewery boiling and then call it, because I've got to go to the hairdresser. I mean, I don't got to go, but I have to go because I've got an appointment. My hair is annoying. Get it done before Christmas. It's a good place to stop. We will do some... run up there. No, I don't mean that. Slosh clean water in Zabira is maintained. Not the best pace for potion brewing, but you want to preserve that honeymead flavour. The hiss of steam and the sound of boiling water, the rattling brewery is ready for the next step in the process. Of course, I'll need honey for the mead. That quartermaster said he was coming back from the apiary in the field, so I best try there. Then I'll need a proper magical binder and a token of the bear to seal that spell. Something in this camp ought to do the trick. The frothing basin of the brewery stands ready for the right ingredients. Honey, metamorphosis electrica, and a torn teddy bear. Cool. Through the open tent flap you catch a glimpse of pillaged trinkets and treasures scattered about the spacious interior. You surmise that one of these precious objects might contain enough magical essence to use as a token of the bear. Your eyes have only a moment to linger upon the giant fur-lined bed before a hand pulls the door flap shut. The sergeant gives you a disapproving glare as he ushers you away. Hey, you can't go in there. This is the bear's personal tent. You know the kind of owl that would break loose if he finds out someone's been snooping. Don't worry, I'll be careful. It seems like your men are keeping him distracted anyway. You glance over at the bear as he tosses aside a soldier like a sack of potatoes. No way, no how. If you think this is bad, just wait until he finds out there's no more honeymead. If you're so afraid of that stomping brute, why don't you just slip away into the night? Surely it would prolong your life a little. Abandon all my friends? We soldiers got to stick together. It's our only chance, if only there was some way to stand up to the bear. A thought seems to cross the sergeant's mind as he notices the potion and baubles hanging about your belt. Say, you're good with magical doodads and whatsits, right? What if you made me some sort of protective charm or talisman? Then I could maybe have a chance against that monster without getting my head stoved in. If I make you a protective talisman, will you let me into this tent? I suppose I wouldn't have much to worry about if you did. Okay. So, magic paste requires... We need to go to the swamp, basically. By the looks of it. Ooh, I can make a wicked gemstone then. We need dryad fruit. Oh god. Which means we've got to kill more thingies. Wickerwork. We need magic paste. Okay, so we need the swamp. Okay, cool. Right, we are going to head out of this area. I think that does the save. Well, it's doing a loading. I'm assuming it saves. But maybe if I go back to the main thing. Maybe it auto saves. I didn't really pay much attention to what it was saying. I don't think we have to go back to the beginning, but we'll just do an exit. Okay, so it's saved at 1:14. That is absolutely perfect. That's where we need to be. Alright, we're going to end here. I'll be back tomorrow with another promo game. And yeah, I'm going to go get my hair cut. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Sorry, I have a text message and I'm getting very confused. I think my computer thinks I have a text message, but I don't. So yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching today. Thank you for the resub, Leaky. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow. I've been Jo, otherwise known